Garland here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is my mantle. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? My Christmas mantle. I am so excited. I will say that Chris is not too excited today, probably. Bless his heart, he's not complaining, but he's really helping me out. We just went downstairs, and I have to say that I put my stuff away really well last year, so that has made it really easy to find all of my decor that I'm going to be reusing for the mantle this year. But we put up the Garland, and this will be the third or fourth year for it, I think, and the lights, there's half of the lights are out. So Chris is working on replacing the lights and fixing that up, and while he's doing that, I'm going to make two new funky bows for either side of the mantle. It's going to, be on either side of the mantle garland, and I am making these out of d.stevens velvet and gold ribbon. Look at the back of that. This I got from Bobby at PERPETUALribbons.com. Bless her heart, she sent me one, and then I got others to add because it is gorgeous ribbon, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous and thick and luscious and absolutely a stunning red. Just a stunning red, which is what I'm going for, as you all know, this year. So I have my ribbon cut here for both of my funky bows, but we are going to do one tutorial for a 8-loop funky bow with about a 22-inch tail, two 22-inch tails on it. But I'm going to do it bigger. I'm going to make my loops 8 inches each. We're going to see if this works. I don't know. But anyway, Kristen is going to be coming here about 1 o'clock today. It's now about 1:15. So I'm probably going to be coming and going out of this video. Hopefully I will be able to get everything completed today. I wanted to tell you too, I got this little vest. This is a cutie patootie little vest I got from that Collections, etc. place. I wanted to show this to you guys real quick though. I can't remember how much it was. I will flash it up there for you guys, but it is adorable. Just like kind of a high-low. Really cute. So I did want to wear this today because I just got it and they may have it in stock still. So I wanted to be sure to show it to you. Okay, let me get myself situated right here. And I'm going to turn the camera and get it pointed down, and we're going to try to make an 8-loop funky bow, but it's going to be bigger with bigger loops this time. So we'll see. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do this, and then we'll move over to the mantle when Chris gets all those lights working. All right, let me get my camera switched around here. So for this bow, I needed 8 strips of ribbon. I'm making them all the same color. I'm not mixing any other colors in with this gorgeous ribbon. I just will not do that with this ribbon. I want it big and bold and red and gold. But each strip, I cut it 24 inches long. Each strip makes 1 loop in the funky bow. So the pattern I'm going to set up for these loops, which direction to turn them, since I don't have a pattern as far as colors or different patterned ribbon is concerned. I'm just going to make a number pattern. So meaning I'm going to put 2 loops up from center, center being my thumb, and 2 loops down and 2 loops up and 2 loops down until I go through all 8 strips of ribbon. Okay, so fold your ribbon in half, flatten it down, so be sure to get a complete 8-inch tail. I've never made one like this, so we're going to do this together and we're going to see how this works out. This is thick ribbon, so it is going to be interesting for me. You're going to go to that back tail and you're going to twist it forward. Even though I want the gold to show in some areas, I still want the right side, if you will, of the ribbon to point in the same direction at the same time. So there's our first loop. Second loop, fold completely in half, flatten it out, go to 8 inches, pinch it together at the 8-inch mark, add it in side by side by side, not pile it side by side by side, not up on top and not underneath. Then go to that back tail, hold the front tail up with your pinky and twist that back tail. So there's our first 2 loops in our 8 loop funky bow. Now I want to start with this loop, fold it right in half, go to 8 inches, and I want to turn it this time. Go to that 8-inch mark and pinch it together, but turn that loop down from center, whoops. And this is when I start allowing the ribbon to kind of slide back into my hand. That's what happened, it slipped, sorry about that. I don't usually let it slip. It just slipped because this is slick ribbon. It slipped out of my hand there. So go to that back tail still and twist. This ribbon is thick and beautiful, you guys. If you're gonna see me struggle with ribbon, it's gonna be this one because it is thick and gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna add it in, accordion it in side by side by side by side. And you can see I've got it all the way, let it slip all the way back to the crook of my finger. And still go back and twist that back tail, okay? So there's 4 loops in our 8 loop funky bow. Now, this time through, I'm gonna turn the ribbon, the loop up from center. Okay, and pinch it in side by side by side, and still go to that back tail and twist. So 2 up, and I got 3 more to add. 1 more up, and then 2 down from center. Then the tails, 8 inches. Oh my goodness. Doing this bow, I will admit, is not for the faint of heart, you guys. Set your mouth right. You can do it, but it's not gonna be easy. It's not easy for me. 8 inches, point that loop down from center, pinch it in side by side by side, and 1 more, 8 inches, point it down from center, pinch it in side by side by side. And I am out of fingers. I need to add 1 more, out of finger space. And no, I don't use a bow machine, and no, I don't want to, because I just have always made my own bows, and I can still do it, except when I have a lot of ribbon like this. I'm gonna fold this piece of ribbon. This is 44 inches of ribbon here, 22 inches per tail, if you will. Fold it right in half, there we go. And that will give us our 2 tails. Grab me a gold pipe cleaner, put it over the top, and I'm gonna pull the bottom around the bottom, and the top around the top, just like I always do. And fingers, kind of twist that other hand around and really squeeze and twist. Twist the bow, twist the pipe cleaner, twist, twist, twist. Okay, now, as I always say, the most important part of any bow is the fluffing. So I'm going to start fluffing, and we'll see how this looks. See the tails kind of coming up and in between. I'm even pulling them up and in a little bit this time. And I'm kind of winging this. I really didn't have a plan for this when we first, when I first started this. But in fact, Chris said, I think I'm going to cut them 6 inch. I think I'm going to make the loop 6 inch. He says, only 6 inches? And I went, you're right. I should try to make them bigger. I've never made them bigger for a funky bow, but boy, I tell you, it's working out okay, I think. I don't like those tails being right in the center like that. I might turn one over, make it look like a loop. Ha, look at that. There we go. That'll work. And of course I'll have to play with this when I get it up on the garland too. Looky, looky though, you guys. When I get it tied on. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty. All right, I'm gonna put together this second one and I will meet you over at the mantle whenever we're ready to start decorating over there. Woo, look at that. I think that's gonna be pretty. Okie dokie everybody, I'm back and I wanted to show you my process here since we're just getting ready to decorate. You can see that the garland is up on the mantle. We'll go over there closer in a second. You can see I have a bunch of stuff sitting on the floor and that's by design and I'll tell you about that in a second, but I wanted to show you all my parts and pieces. You can see here that I spelled nativity wrong at first last year, haha. Had it boxed up in there. That's where my nativity was boxed up. That's where my mercury glass candlesticks were boxed up. And here is the bin that all of that stuff, this stuff over here, came in. That's the same bubble wrap. I just unwrapped everything. I've got the bubble wrap in there and all of this stuff will go back in this bin because I've got it labeled as such on the one end. See that? Hearth and mantle. So, let me get my camera set up. You can see that I have my vacuum out because everything cries all over everything. There's the bows I just made. And we're going to get started decorating up this mantle. First off, though, I'm going to turn on all my decorative lights. We obviously have not taken the pip berries down. Let me turn here. And you can see all of my decorative lights, whatever I have left, have turned on. And I have eTech City, which is, this is the remote that comes with it. And it comes with like 5 little plugs like that you can plug into the wall and plug your lights into the plugs and set each little button. I tell you, I have them all set on number 1 though. 1 turns everything off and then back on. And that's how I do it. Spiffy, spiffy, spiffy. Linked in my Amazon shop below. And its own little idea list. All right, let me get my camera turned around and we're gonna get started putting this mantle together. As you can see, there's my wreath. And then there's my angels that normally would sit down on the mantle, but put them up on the shelves that Chris made real quickly for us that day when I was decorating my fall mantle. So here we go. This garland is from Grandin Road. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's not cheap, but it was cheap for me because I purchased it after the fact. I think I got it for like 50% off, and then I had a coupon. So I would encourage you, if you like this, to look at the end of the season and see if it's something you might like. Now, Chris did have to replace all the little light bulbs this time because this is, I think, is the 3rd year for this, and half of it was burned out. So he just replaced all of the lights in it. So there we go. I'm also going to be adding a little bit more foliage to the top, but we'll get to that in a minute. That's why you see these, I don't know whether you can see them, but I have a set of fairy lights just kind of hanging down here, ready to string into the top. Okay, okie dokie, the first thing I want to start with is this star. Usually this star would fit over this command strip because it would snug right up underneath of it. But this year it's a different command strip. So I need to put some shims on either side of it so that my star will sit up on the shim. See that? So I'm not going to be plugging anything into the back here. I've got it all over here, and I have one white extension cord running down the side that I'll camouflage. So it's hard to fit anything else up here with everything I've got going on. So this is what my nativity, or baby Jesus and Mary, sit on. And it's red, yes, but you really can't see the top of it once I have everything in place. And I'm going to see if I can snug this right here in the middle. And I'm going to put 2 shims on either side of this bowl. I've got little wooden shims like this that I use all the time so that the bowl doesn't tilt. There we go. Now, these are the Christmas trees that I bought the other day, and I just have them sitting there. I'm not sure if that's the way they're gonna go, but let me lift you up just a little bit, and I'm gonna start adding my candlesticks first. Okay. All right, here we go with all my other stuff, and I'll show you as I go here. I'm not sure how it's gonna go up here. I'm just gonna start working, and we'll see how it goes together. I wanted to show you, these are mercury glass candlesticks that I will put a 4 by 9 inch Luminara candle in it. I think I have the Luminara candles linked in my Amazon shop too, but these are like 4 or 5 years old. I've used these for a long time. So I'm not sure how this is gonna go together, so I'm gonna start playing. Got these last year at Hobby Lobby. Took the price tag off. I did get these. Almost thinking I might like these over here and these over here. Because the nativity scene looks to be this color. So good. Get my candles up here. These come with Another remote. I have candle rings, and these are also from Grandin Road. I should have actually done this. Okie dokie, that's about as good as they're gonna get, you guys. I had forgotten that last year we had one got broken when we had packed it away, and thank goodness Hobby Lobby at that time still had some left. I haven't seen them this year, but the only one they had was a little bit shorter than the other one, so I have to shim one up, which is fine. I can cover that up, that's not a big deal. So anyway, there that is. Let me get my nativity now, so we'll start putting the nativity into place. Okay, I got this nativity at Hobby Lobby. And again, this is like my third year, I think, using the same nativity scene. I had them sitting to the side. We three kings of Orient are. Bearing gifts, we travel so far. I can't remember the other words. In there, Mr. Dude. Okay, looks good so far. Now, next thing I want to do is put my boat, well, let me put the rest of this foliage up. Can't quite remember how I had this. Now, let me find my bows. And now that I've gotten this far, I never even showed you how we do this. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you saw that Chris uses metal hangers to his benefit a lot. And he has a command strip there, and then in the back there, and one here, and one here. At each corner, he has folded a coat hanger like into an inverted V and hooked the point up underneath the command strip and has dropped 2 hooks down on either side, and then another little loop with a hook here, and one here and one, and then the same thing over here. So what I've done with the back of my bow pipe cleaner is I've made a little circle, and I'm just going to hang that onto the command strip right here. Okay. Since the bow comes up so high, ooh, I maybe could put this foliage around the side like that. There we go. And I'll play with the bows more here. Get the other one up. Next, I want to get some of this red sparkly foliage, and what I do is just stick it in here, there, and everywhere. Now, let me see if I can do these fairy lights across the top here. Add a little light into this upper foliage. Okie dokie, you guys, I think that's going to do it. I know, again, I've been really super quiet, and I'm sorry. I have my scissors here. I want to cut. I have to tell you something, too. If I'm honest, and if I had this to do over again, I would make big round bows as opposed to funky bows. I don't know what the difference would have been ribbon-wise, but I think I would have, I don't need the tails. I don't need the tails of the funky bow. That's all I'm saying. And they look like big round bows. So I think I would just make big round bows if I were going to do it again. But of course I'm not going to do it again because I've got them made. So this is what I'm going to use. So for the tails, I'm trying to think, do I want them, you know, I think I'm just going to cut them at an angle. This one a little shorter. there we go. I think that is going to do it, my friends. I'm super happy with this. I really did have to set my mouth right though sometimes, and I'm sure I'll be picking at it, so you may see something a little bit different when it comes to my home tour. And there's one thing I need to do is get up there and fix that bow on my wreath, because the one bow when Chris was putting it up got a little bit smushed on the left there. So I need to have him get up there and fluff that. But anyway, okie dokie. So let's go into some final words here. And thank you guys so much for stopping in here to visit with me for a little while here as we're really truly started on my Christmas decor series for 2020. Whoop, whoop. So with that said, for those of you who might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.